Hello, guys, everyone. This is Armand. Can you hear me? Can you see me? Give me some feedback, please. Perfect. Again, hello, everyone. Greetings. And by the way, did you check the news? Today, we have quite a lot of news published. So someone haven't seen the news. Well, that's why you are here. Today we're being streamed into YouTube, and I'll try to be very brief because those who were, by the way, give me a plus in the chat if you were yesterday, the day before, and all other times at those meetings for the, let's say, inside information, like information for our own, because today it's going to be more like a technical, easygoing, sorted information. Therefore, well, I have to, mind what I'm saying. Okay, the topic of today's meeting is WCRU and everything that it is related to. So give me a 1 in the chat if you have WCRUs and zeros if you don't. Perfect. I see it's almost unanimous, but I saw some zeros. So guys, those of you who don't have WCRUs, go to the person who invited you to this meeting and they will tell you everything there is to tell about WCRU, what it's for, and the whole reason why we're here. But since you are already here, I think it will be very useful for you to know what it is and what kind of plans we're having. Today, I'm going to have Mila Serdyukova with me. You must have seen it in the announcement. By the way, will Mila be in the Russian or English room?
English room.
Perfect then. Then today we will be, the two of us will be hosting this meeting. And those of you who have been with us for quite some time, like they say in English, happy days. Like finally something is moving from that spot. Something is going forward, and then it all depends on all of us where it's gonna go. Now, the last question for you: give me a 3 in the chat if you are in the WCRU Telegram channel. Give me a 3 if you're there, and give me a 0 if you're not in that Telegram chat, WCRU. Okay, perfect. I see that almost all of you are there. Well, some people in the Russian room are not. Well, I guess I can start from saying that if you go to the WCRU Telegram channel, you will see quite a sad situation. And this sad situation is because we have, out of 3,300 subscribers, active, well, let me rephrase this. Out of 3,367 participants, only approximately 1,500 are active participants. What do I mean by 1,500 active participants? Look, in order to receive for all of us today the long-awaited result, like 40 flames, 38 hearts in the group of 3,000. Do you think it's enough? Give me a plus in the chat if you think this number of fires, flames, and hearts is enough. So we are being watched. We are being observed. And if we have no movement, then, and if we can't show how active we are, because we have 900,000 people who have blockchain accounts. Those are people who received their seed phrase consisting of 12 words. So those people are active. I mean, they did something. So when, for example, put yourself into someone else's shoes. People like mentioning Binance. Imagine you are the CEO of Binance and you're on the lookout for potential projects that will go into the market, and you are looking for, how to better put it, like those pearls, emeralds. You're looking for yet another diamond in the rough. That's the word for it. So you see, you think you found it, but then you see that 1,400 people read the news, 624 people voted on it, and someone liked it, added some emojis, like 40, 50 people did it. So do you think the CEO will consider it's an active community or passive community? Well, people saying a passive, yes. Now, who are we to blame if, for some reason, the deal will not be closed the way we plan it? Someone says Santa Claus, Putin, I don't know, the company. Well, I guess Santa, yeah, he is to blame. But of course, it's not too late to create new wallets. And before I hand over to Mila, who will tell you more about the project, WCRU project itself, what stage we're at, where we're going to, what we need, what kind of steps have already been taken, what steps will be taken. In other words, we will tell you what we can tell you, because there are things that are still at the stage of preliminary agreements, arrangements. So some things we can't disclose. But again, most importantly is the activity of the community. So today, I have a very, very urgent request to you. It's not very difficult. You go read the news and give some emoji, like thumbs up, some fire, in order for us to be visible in the social networks. Like our group would be flagged as an active group with active people. I hope that's more or less clear. And Mila, if you are ready, I'm ready to pass on the floor to you. I won't bother our community partners, friends anymore, and all those people who are looking forward to your speech. So you all know Mila Serdyukova, and those of you who don't, I will tell you one simple thing. This is the person who works 25 hours a day. Mila, please tell us, where did you find that extra hour? You have the floor.
Thank you, Armand. This is very unusual introduction when I need to come up with answer first. But once I remember we had a discussion with you a long time ago, and we shared the thoughts about what does it mean working with the people. And during our conversation with Armand, we come up with the conclusion that to work with the people, this is the most rewarding, but it's also the most hardest things to do in life in general. People can give you so much emotion, so much, like uplifting, but people can take away this, easily with anger, with not being happy, and etc. So I guess we have to use our energy, time-wise, and working with the people indeed is one of the most rewarding things in life. But at the same time, we do need to also be able to recognize that, when things get not as good as people thought, it's going to be quite dangerous also to be among the people. So I'm very happy that we all here today. Thanks a lot, Armand, for introducing me and to inviting for today's call. We will make it nice, short, and simple. So as you know, we have 19 days left till the big X day. What will happen, guys, on 22nd of February this year? Question for you all. 22nd of February. What will happen? Patricia, are you first, at least in English chat? Yes, we're gonna go to phase number 2. And here I want to explain you a little bit what does this mean in order to make sure that we can manage the expectation of people. You remember when program was launched initially, we shared with you that the entire life phase for the global portfolio can be divided into 3 phases. Phase number 1 was our internal phase, where the token is frozen. Phase number 2, this is where we can offer token to the global market. And phase number 3, this is global expansion. Put Plus, who remember this, one of the first webinars about portfolio when we talk about these 3 phases. Excellent. I'm sorry if there's some drilling bothering you. Hope it's not that loud. So the phase 1 has been successfully completed. The phase 1 main objection was to receive all legal documents for the token, to making sure that token is become security. Outcomes of phase number 2 was making sure that we have summary and audit done, not the audit, evaluation done for the token itself, which also we have done it. And also the outcome of the phase number 1 was to offer to our people who participated in a previous like in the previous offerings where we had education plus bonus, to be able to convert. So the opportunity for those who believed an idea at the early stages, be able to be rewarded from what they promised years ago. So these were 3 main outcomes of the phase number 1. Now, can you please put from 1 to 10, out of the 3 points, do you think we have delivered this? With the point number 1, we have not delivered. Number 10, we have delivered this. Phase number 1. Let's do a bit of evaluation. So we have a legal frame, yes or no? Absolutely. We have given promise to the people for those who come early that they will be able to convert. Yes, we have. Number 3, have we produced the third-party evaluation about all assets? Yes, we have. So the phase number 1 has completed successfully. And I believe that what has been done for the last year, it's been tremendous number of working hours, effort, sleepless nights, not just from the management, from entire community. But I think we have done a really, really good job, even though some people might feel like it did not meet the expectation. But again, it depends what were your expectation at the beginning. If you've been told that you will become rich within 1 month or 1 year, well, unfortunately, the people who promise you this probably either mislead it purposely, or maybe they mislead it not purposely. And this all gets back to the Academy of Private Education, where we encouraging people to first get yourself education and get yourself the knowledge first before you make any movements, whatever, to participate with any company or not. So then you can avoid of being disappointed, because I have been in a company a very long time, and I can tell you guys, like I'm only can grow the company, and everything what I have today, the assets are here because of the company, because I understand what is investment and I use this knowledge on a daily basis. So therefore, I can summarize and says that yes, we are we have completed successfully phase number 1, and now with the next 18 days we are going to the phase number 2. What this will means, phase number 2 means that the token will be unfrozen. This is one first key element, which means according to the regulations and according to the legal roadmap, which we are slowly but surely working on, that this token can become now available to the public, right? It does not mean that our token will be listed immediately on all exchanges. It does not mean this. It does not even mean that our token must be listed on our exchange too. It is preferably, but it is not guaranteed, and I will explain you why. When token become an unfrozen, you have an option to send the token between peer-to-peers. For example, I have the token on my account and I can send the token to my friend, to my family, and etc. And we can do the peer-to-peer exchange. Also, the token will be offered also by the company directly. So the people who are accredited investors, people who are completed Academy private courses, who tick that they are fully taken, they confirm that they are able to purchase this instrument, people agreeing that they understand what is security token means, and they are ticking all the boxes in the back office, they will be able to buy this token directly from the company. This also means that token will be listed on third-party exchanges. When I'm talking about third-party exchanges, what you need to understand that in the world, there are only few STO exchanges exist, right? Only few. And if you can find any of the STO regulated exchange, please feel free to share with me, with Armand, with Andrey, or with anybody pretty much from the top leadership council, so they can send it to us and we can do research. So there are a few exchanges which where we in contact with them at the moment about the terms and condition of listing the token. As you have seen previously with utility token, there are some technical challenges sometimes appears when two exchanges or when blockchain token is migrating to a third-party exchange. So that's why at the moment we have few options. I will not name you the companies yet, but we have already few companies who are looking to list our tokens, and these companies are regulated. So therefore, once we completed all stages of the agreements, we will publish the company names, same as we did with what is called local trade. So we're going to do exactly same with the WCRU. Also, the second phase means that we can invite big investors to the company. So when token become unfrozen and frozen period has been completed for, you remember we have tokens into two phases. We have some of the tokens which have been purchased, some of the tokens which has a slightly longer period of time, of unfreezing period of time. So when we launch in phase number 2, this means that now the tokens will be unfrozen, and therefore there are big investors, institutional investors, even hedge funds now can participate and buy the token for the company. Stage number 2 also means that this is the first time when the company will be sort of going outside of our community to outside the world. And this is the most important. If when we launch on external exchanges, or when we target in external markets will look at us back. And if we have in our chats, in our channels, communication that's, I cannot wait to sell this token, do you think there are companies who will be interested to list this token? No, thank you. Of course not, because they will think, well, if people want to sell, then there are lots of community who straight away, as soon as we list, they will get rid of the token. So what is the point of listing some tokens where there is not a demand for buy, but there is a huge demand for token to be sold? That is why it is crucially important to have this attitude, guys. And here, like, we need your support. Not I need like Mila or Armand, but we need, as people who promote new economic evolution in the world, we need support from the people, from ordinary people like us, who will be sharing positive messages on social media that yes, we are excited the token is now, you know, not a baby anymore. The token is growing. Tokens will be listed on the different exchanges. Token will be growing in the price. It's going to be a secondary evaluation because when token is now become available for the market, we need to do the second evaluation of the token as well. This will be prepared by the Crown International as well. So we need to keep the positive vibes. And yesterday I have spoken with one of the very big company, yesterday or day before yesterday, with very big company whose job is to list different tokens. They provide lots of advisory consultancy services. They provide so many added services to those companies who wanted to list the tokens, either utility or security. And Chief Operation Officer, she said one very key word. She said, if a community generally positive about the token, then every single exchange will reach you out and they will invite you. They will invite you token. They will create the massive demand. But if the community are not happy about the token, or if they are negative, they want to sell, then unfortunately, this is very hard for another people to see the value in your token. And don't forget, we have security token. This is the only token which is regulated, which has Reg D, which has assets underneath. So it's not just some, you know, like a little shitty token, I'm sorry, we just come up with the idea and let everybody invest and have a happy days in the future. No, this token has so much under the foundation, so much value that we cannot allow us to have underestimate the value of the token. We cannot even allow ourselves to think that this token is worth nothing, because this token has a massive evaluation. So therefore, when we're going to launch the token, please make sure that you're keeping the positive vibe across our community. We have now one chat for utility token, and we are going to have another chat and channel for security token. Because, you know, in our heads, because we are holders of so many things in our company, we believe that this is all in one. But from outside the world, these are two different tokens, two different value. So therefore, we need to keep educating ourselves that we have one community with the security token holders, and this community will have own channels, own management. Is going to be a brand new website for the token listing. Is going to be lots of brand new materials for the token listing, and this will be purely about global portfolio. And it's going to be another channel about utility tokens, which are CRU and UNTB. So therefore, if you have questions related to security token, make sure that you are talking to the security token team or chat. If you need any help, or if you're sharing your emotions about utility token, then you use utility token chat. But don't mix up everything in one, because this will confuse people who are coming from outside world. So we need to little bit educate ourselves to now have understanding that these all are different baskets. Remember one of the rule of the private investor, diversification. So now we are almost finalized all these different baskets. We have a global unit base, different basket. We have Unitax, it's a different basket. Security token, different basket. And all these instruments and the companies, they are representing different baskets. So make sure that you also understand this. And also we are now in the process of partnering with one of the companies which will be able to give us lots of international attention to the security token. So therefore, it's going to be lots of international news. You already seen our marketing and PR department has done an amazing job by having different articles published on different investments websites about our token. There is information on STO market cap about our token. And lots of buzz around. So people are now watching, they are listening, they are wanting to also be part of our community. So let's prepare for the big day, 22nd of February. We're going to go to next phase of their development. Don't expect that you wake up on 22nd and then it's completely new story of the token. No, we keep, and this is all about new economic evolution of the world. So it is a big step forward, but we all are the same, with the same mission. We never changed the direction. We never decided to do something different. We always been in exactly the same direction from the day one, that we're going to build a new economic evolution of the world, idea of which every single person, no matter experience, age, country live, no matter how much the money earned, but every single person can become part of the MLCI, they can become co-owners, they can build a business, and they can be the clients of very good products which we have in our ecosystem. This is who we are, this is what we do. So I'm looking forward, I'll get your support in created chats, add people, invite people, let's share excitement. We will keep you posted with the different updates from today till the 22nd. Then 22nd, the token will be a global, it will be like openly sell from our back office as well, so people can come directly as well. But it's also will be some upcoming news about a token listing and the little roadmap like Armand has shared with you about CRU and UNTB. Same roadmap will be about a WCRU token. So we're going to do step by step, but I can reassure you guys that all together we're going to reach our mission, and I believe we already have, because if you look around how many people we have today in our company, how many, you know, excitement, how many people has changed the life. It's amazing to see this. I'm very proud that each of you are here, you're supporting the company no matter what, you're listening, you're excited, you want to be part of it, you are part of it. So I'm so happy and excited to have this journey together with you shoulder by shoulder. So thanks a lot. I hope I give you a bit of clarity on the phases, a bit of clarity on what's going to be happened in the next 19 days. And I'm passing back the microphone to Armand.
Super, Mila, thank you so much. But you haven't answered my question. Where did you find that extra hour? I'm joking. Okay, so guys, give me a score from 1 to 10. How clear what Mila said was. 1, not clear at all. 10, crystal clear. Perfect. Thank you, Mila. You see it yourself. I don't know about the English chat, but in the Russian, it's all 10s with a couple of, 8 and 9s throwing in. Maybe people are still willing to get the better understanding. There is 1-1, but guys, again, if you're not clear, please go to the Telegram channel and you will find more information there. It won't disappear, it will stay there. And you see, the organizers are already sharing the links. Please pin that link in your account, in your phone, and then follow the link. And that's the channel that we're going to, let's say, conduct our information campaign. This is A. B. Mila said one very interesting thing. She said that in order for third-party exchanges. Okay, scratch that. Let me rephrase that. Give me a plus in the chat if you want Binance come to us and say, guys, you have a cool token. We are ready to list it. We have a huge community. Please, we beg you, accept our offer to list your token on our exchange. Everybody wants that, right? But for you to understand, there are some steps that should be taken, and I would like to share those steps with you, especially with those people who don't believe me. Just do what I tell you and see it in your own experience, okay? So go to a company that provides token listing services. Any company, I'm not giving you any names, just go to the company's website. You can Google it up, or Yandex, whatever search engine you use. You Google it up, token listing company or providing token listing services, and go see first how much listing costs. Second, what is necessary for the company to execute that listing. Just ask them those questions. See what kind of documents you need to provide for your token to be listed. And last, ask them what needs to be done to be listed in Binance or CoinMarketCap or CoinGecko or whatever. CoinGet. This is for people who are saying all the time that it's a piece of cake. You go, you place a telephone call to the director of the Binance. You tell them, look, I have a cool idea. Like, please do something about listing my token. That's not how it works. It works in two cases. Either it's $1 million. Yes, that's the minimum amount. It's, for example, you have $1 million, you go there, and for Binance, $1 million is like a, what, a 1 second of transactions? Every second, $1 million goes through Binance. And to check what kind of token it is, they will have to allocate human resources. It's lengthy, complicated, and unclear. The only thing that can attract their attention, write it down, is the active community. It's the only thing that can grab their attention from their millions. Like, show us how serious, how active your community is, how valuable the community that will come to our exchange is, who will be buying, selling, exchanging, trading this particular asset that you are offering us. Nurlan says that it's around $1 million. Yes, at least, starting with 1 million. If you do it some third parties, companies, because they have arrangements. But if you go directly to the Binance, they will be charging you $2 million at the very least. So my question to you is, $2 million is the fee. Plus, you have to give the full description. You have to show them the entire audience. So it's a whole process, the whole 9 yards. So you are all co-owners here. Who is ready to spend $2 million just for us to be taken care of, and without knowing exactly when our token is going to be listed? Gulnara says, why we didn't unite before in one chat? I don't know why either. Maybe because Telegram now added the function of automatic translation quite recently. Maybe this is my answer to you. And it's not like it took us a lot of time or to think about it, or we haven't thought about it. No, we hoped that all the people would be active, would be actively go and claim their staking from their blockchain. But if you take a look, you'll see that on the blockchain right now, out of 900,000 people, there are very few active people. So it's time to wake up, to wake others up and tell them, guys, the new year has started with incredible news. And as Mila said today, we are moving towards the destination, the goal that we've declared in the very beginning. We haven't deviated. We haven't changed anything. We have no desire to shut it all down and forget as a nightmare. We are going towards our goal, which is 1 billion users, co-owners, and we have 80 billion tokens, 1 billion people. It's like 80 tokens per person, you see, on average. And someone is asking, do companies ask for the activity about our blockchain? Well, look, guys, here's what they request. Imagine that you are the owner or the CEO of a big exchange. What will you pay attention to? Just write me in the chat. What would be the center of your attention if you are the CEO of a major exchange? Albert says, you raised dozens of millions from us. Albert, nobody took that money from you. You invested and you got something in return, as promised. So if you want to go and sell your tokens and nobody's keeping you here, you can still sell them at a profit. Someone says activity, the desire to people to have those tokens. Activity on the blockchain. What else? Ruta says community. Yes, the desire to buy. The profits that the exchange is going to get, the more people come in, the more they will buy and sell, the more commission the exchange will make. So Konstantin says they will be very demanding. Of course they will, because nobody wants to have some negative experience. So yeah, transactions, positivity, social media. Yes, guys, all of what you're saying is what this whole webinar is about. So those of you who saw the today my post in Twitter, you know that today we had another meeting, and one of our companies today is working on increasing the value and the price of our entire portfolio, the cost of our portfolio. So today, it's not like even a piece of news. It's part of a working process that I can tell you about for you to understand what is expected in the near future. And as soon as the contracts are concluded, as soon as all the working moments are addressed, you guys will see it all, hear about it, learn about it. And that's when you will be able to look back at this webinar and tell yourself, this is what Armand was talking about. I hope that that's clear. Just remember this point, this moment. Do we have any questions in other rooms? Maybe Mila, you could take some of the questions in the English room regarding the WCRU token. Because I guys would like to have dividends too, ASAP, but for that we will need to make a decision, because you know that in order for 35% from the income to be paid as dividends, a voting procedure needs to be held, and we need 35% of votes. Sorry, not 35, 70% of votes, which is the quorum. Yes, I made a mistake. It's 70% quorum. So we need to have activity of 70% of co-owners. So are you interested in receiving more dividends?
Can I also add on about the dividends topic?
Sure.
Again, just to guys manage your expectations very quickly. What are dividends? What does it mean, dividends? Put in a chat. What does it mean, dividends? Profit, return on the investment, out of profit, profit sharing. Perfect. So it is profit. So basically, imagine we have lots of businesses, right? These businesses needs to first reach a break-even point. Then they need to start making a business. Then once business successful and there is a revenue, the revenue can be divided proportionally, and some percentage from the revenue can be revenue Then it goes to profit and loss, because not all revenue is profit. So the revenue is the volume. So then out of the revenue, we do profit and loss analysis. And out of this profit, it will be divided across token holders based on voting results, what Armand mentioned. But if you will have a look at our portfolio realistically, what sectors can give us a fast profit, sorry. One more time. What segments from our portfolio can give us fast dividends? Now I see and you see what the problem is. Basalt, let's have a look. I see somebody put Basalt. Basalt at the moment is the still and startup phase. Basalt at the moment has not yet a full factory working fully. Basalt has not yet built a manufactory with all equipment or the manufactory, and Basalt has not yet have potential contracts for Basalt technology on demand. Basalt has not yet received revenue. So what dividends we are talking from Basalt if Basalt company has not yet even reached break-even point? Basalt company will pay the dividends when we have a manufactory, when we have all processes settled down, when we have a client who will come to the Basalt and say, I want to buy Basalt for my technology because I want to build the massive houses. So when we're going to have enough of these clients in order to go through break-even point. What means break-even point? We have invested in Basalt, so we need to first get in all this invested money needs to be kind of returned to the investors. What I mean by return, not physically they will be returned to you, but the money which we invested now needs to work for us. So we need to get initial sort of investment, then we need to have expenses to pay for the salary, for the manufacturing, for blah, 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 blah. And then only then we will have some profit. And out of this profit, the dividends will be paid. So therefore, if you think that Basalt, Global Unit Pay will give like a big dividends next month, no, this is a wrong way of thinking. These companies are still, I will repeat, they are startups. They still need to create entire clientele. They need to go through break-even point first. They need to receive the revenue. They need to pay all expenses, and only then they will have a profit, and this profit will be divided. So that's why correctly, a company is still a baby. So don't expect invest in startup and tomorrow have a dividends. This is not right. Like it's not right way of thinking. The dividends can be given from, let's say, investing into the stocks, from the trading, from the cryptocurrency, when we have buy cryptocurrency cheap and then we sell the cryptocurrency, there is a difference, this difference called profit. So this profit can be distributed across the all share token holders. But you see, our portfolio initially and today is not created for quick returns, because if idea was let's create the portfolio which can give a quick returns, then trust me, we will not have companies like Basalt or Global Unit Pay or golden mining companies in it. So since the day one, idea and ideology of NEEW is to create the portfolio which consists from very, I would say, what is correct word? From the potential business sector companies which can give a massive return, but playing on the long term. Because like, look at their Global Unit Pay itself. If you look at the competitors of the Global Unit Pay, companies like PayPal, Revolut, Virex, they are having hundreds of, you have millions, you have billions, hundreds of billions turnover. So therefore, we're looking for Global Unit Pay to reach this point, because we can see the competitors, what they achieve. And in global unit pay, we have lots of advantages which our competitors doesn't have. For example, being able to work with the global market. But realistically, it will not happen over the year. It will not happen over the 2 years. If you have a look at the reports, the companies such as Evorich, they become profitable only after 5 years or so, 4 or 5 years. So that's why, again, manage your expectation correctly. In our portfolio, we have some of the investment instruments which can give the profit and dividends. I already mentioned to you this stock market, we have cryptocurrencies, we have like other instruments which can be bought for cheap and we can sell for more. There is some investment, we have shares in the various countries. They can provide a quick profit when we sell them. But again, what is the purpose of our portfolio? Our portfolio purpose to buy cheap and sell for more, or our idea was and is to create a long-term investment while people will become co-owners of the key companies with the massive hundreds of like billions of money potential. You remember the example with the Panama Canal? These are sort of companies we have in our portfolio. So therefore, do not have misleading expectations to have the big dividends tomorrow that will cover entire your lifestyle. No, the dividends will be only from those sectors which we have, which I mentioned can be speculative sectors, liquid. Yes, we can have a dividends. But if you're talking about companies like Basalt and etc., it will be taken time consuming. I have one company which I invested, I believe it was Armand, together with you actually 7 years ago. It was Irelander company, big dirigible, I don't know how you call, like big balloon which can carry lots of people. It's been now 7 years, almost 6 and something years. The company, it's not like they did not pay the dividends. Even the price per share is not much increased. So that's why, again, I invited you to go through Academy of Private Investor teaching, because then you will understand what is profit, what is dividends, when the dividends will occur, what companies can give a dividends fast, what company cannot give a dividends fast, why they cannot give dividends fast. You will have all these answers. So you don't need to then ask these answers in every single meeting. Once you have an understanding, you will see how investment works. And I repeat one more time, we never created portfolio for make money quick scheme. It's always been in a long term, in a long time. But saying this, you can already see the token price before and token price today. It's a massive, massive difference. You can see evaluation before, evaluation now. It is a massive, massive difference. I hope I answered. Sorry, it took a bit longer, but hope it make a bit more sense about dividends.
Thank you, Mila. Yes, I remember that project into which we invested. You see what Mila said regarding this startup. It wasn't even a startup. It was, it had a governmental support in the UK, and we invested through Crowdcube resource. It's like a crowd investing platform. We received shares, and yes, the shares of that company didn't grow, although it's already like the 3rd round of fundraising and so on and so forth. But we're not crying our eyes out, you know, that something went wrong, or asking where our dividends. So Mila, maybe you're crying or writing them like angry letters saying when my shares are gonna cost $1 because I want to take them back. The reason why I'm saying this is that when you make informed investment choices, you understand how things originate, what things originate from, you know, the source of things. And I wanted to ask you a question, and think about it, please. In order for money to appear somewhere, you need to create certain conditions. We need to create certain conditions for people to be willing to get what we have. And in this case, those people who want to have it will be ready to part with their money to get the asset, the token that you have. If that desire, willingness is not there, and it's not there due to objective reasons, then, as I said before, there are two options. Either institutional investors with big bags of money come in, as Andrey constantly mentions, or the community should be so successful in intriguing the rest of the world with their actions for those for that external world people to come in, or we raise money ourselves, buy it ourselves, but then what's the point? It's going to be like, a public stunt. So what we can see now, and we are going to talk about it in serious terms at closed meetings. So we need to make a decision. Either we try to sell what we have, to advertise, to promote what we have, or we give that chance to certain companies who have lots of experience, big customer base, big money, and those people will gradually start pouring in amongst our ranks. And when those big institutional investors who buy not for $10 or $100 or even $10,000, they make a million, hundreds of millions purchases. And when they start buying, so at that moment, you shouldn't sell. Otherwise, imagine that right now you have $1 million. So tell me, please, do you want to buy 1 million WCRUs for $1 million? Or would you like to wait for the price to go to 10 cents and buy $1 million worth of WCRUs at 10 cents? So, or you prefer like waiting for half a year, knowing or expecting the token price to go down, and you will spend the same $1 million, but will have 10 times more tokens. So what would you personally do? Well, I guess the correct answer is to wait to buy more at a lower price. So if we guys know that we have to wait, imagine those guys who know everything there is to know about finance and investing. It's every day a person comes to work and they know what's going on in the market. They know there will be a decline in the market. They know why it's going to happen. They know why the metal price is growing. Do you know this phenomenon? If you bought a car a year and a half ago, then your car today would be at approximately double the price than the price that you would have spent on the purchase. Although, if you go by any financial indicators or economic system, if you take the car out of the car dealership, it immediately loses 20% of its original value. And yet I stand by what I said. Why does it happen? Because today the inflation, that is, again, there is a hidden inflation that nobody tells us about it, but this inflation puts a lot of pressure on companies, projects, and businesses. So the message that we wanted to convey to you is that if we did not meet your expectations, we're sorry. We're sorry for you being here and your expectations not being met. But let me tell you this, and I'm 1,000% sure of that those people who stayed with the company, those are people who went through all the financial and governmental checks. Those people are in the company to work, to implement, not to, sway off the road, but to stay and work. And, nobody knew Not a single one of us. Just give me a one in the chat if you knew that the COVID situation would happen, the pandemic. Nobody expected it. It just fell off the blue sky. Nobody knew that this situation would happen. Nobody expected. I guess even the presidents didn't know about it. But it happened. And many businesses collapsed, lost all of their assets. And what was said back in the day, just rewatch those webinars. Andrey always said, so first he said what we can get and why, and second, he always said what needs to be done for us to achieve the desired results. Watch it. And those of you who are indeed co-owners, not shareholders, I'm not talking to shareholders right now. Shareholders are people who bought shares. When the shares grow in price, they sell those shares, they earn money, and they go and buy some other shares and wait for those shares to grow. I'm talking with and to co-owners, people who feel and treat this business as their own, and they're ready to do anything for that brainchild to take off. So my question to you guys, everything that was said, and Mila mentioned it too, everything that was said by the company was delivered by the company. We told you that we're going to deliver the blockchain, we did. We told you that we're going to have companies, businesses, we have them. We told you that we were going to have 20 sectors, we are on our way, and we have it all. And today, like it was said in the past, we are going to round 2. We are going to the institutional investors. And what the company is going to do is for our sake. We don't want you to go sell your assets and withdraw your money. But we realize that based on the experience of the past, we realize one simple thing, that we did not have entirely financially literate and investment literate community. Well, let's be honest. Why? Because there is little understanding of how business is run. There is little understanding how other business partners today are perceiving, seeing, reading, listening to what we write or say. And then, of course, they make their own assessment how strong our community is and how far our community is ready to go. And today, it seems like that we aren't ready to go far. That's why the company will take several steps, measures, so that everyone who doesn't believe us today, in 1-2 years, would go back to this moment and say, yes, they were taking the right moves, the right steps. And today, all those people who consider themselves to be co-owners, we will take the WCRU token to the heights, because it is the only token. Just make your own research, check it. WCRU is the only token today that is backed not just by one business, 2 or a dozen businesses. This is what WCRU represents, and this is our value. Therefore, I wish to all of you to figure out what it is, why it's going to grow, what kind of prospects it offers, and make it an informed decision. Thank you very much. All the best, and I hope that you received some value today. Do your due diligence, research, sign up, because your capitalization will depend on it. Mila, if you have anything to add, you are welcome. If not, then let's call it a day.
Armand, she left.
Okay, then we call it a day. Then let's put on some video, okay? And on this happy note, we will bid adieu.
Do you love dreaming? A dream is a projection of the perfect reality, its reflection. Our dream comes down to three universal truths: freedom, fairness, and efficiency. We, Evorich, are a marketing company based on the principle of multi-level crowd investing. It's when you're a customer, a seller, a co-owner, and an entrepreneur all at the same time. This concept paves the way to various income streams and allows you to continuously work on self-improvement. The revenue of our company last year from October 1st, 2020 to September 30th, 2021 exceeded $80 million. On the chart, you can see the top 10 best performing countries. The company's stable growth over the last 7 years has been achieved through the efforts of ordinary people who want to rediscover their life. Our community's rigorous supervision over the company's operations and available opportunities to create new investment projects. With that in mind, you have two ways to make money. The first is passive. The more people you attract and the better their performance, the higher your passive income. The second is active. It requires complete dedication. You propose an investment project and together with Evorich members, bring it to life. Over the past 7 years, with the help of our philosophy called the New Economic Evolution of the World, NEW, we shaped an entire ecosystem of such projects. You can invest in them through a global investment portfolio created by a company in our ecosystem called UGPay Group, which pools all the assets together in one place. Returns on such a portfolio is yet another way to receive passive income. Some of the companies have already gone to the market, showing astronomical growth rates. The educational web portal, Academy of a Private Investor, the gamified business training tool, Genius of Finance, UnitX, a regulated cryptocurrency exchange, a high-speed trading platform offering secure storage of its users' data, the unique blockchain-based payment system Global Unit Pay, NDE, a new word in the area of bank guarantees, basalt production and gold mining facilities in the Urals, Mining Invest, a luxury perfume brand, EvoScent, the platform for small and medium business, UGain, and much more. By the way, our team members don't have to go to the office. You can work from the comfort of your home and decide your working hours yourselves. Isn't that what you've always dreamed of? To realize your most daring ideas and receive passive income that will allow you to live a long, happy life. Over the past 7 years, almost 2 million users from 219 countries around the world have joined our common cause. Now, it's your turn. Become truly free with Evorich.